These are beaver nuggets. All right. Ah. Hey guys, if anybody's coming in, I'm just getting my food ready. And yeah. Okie dokie artichoke. Here we go. All right. Put this over here. All right. God, oh my God, that's heavier than it looks. Okie dokie. Whew. Now we get to eat our snack before we go study. Oh, there's Miss Gracie. Hello, Gracie. Hello. This is something I got. It's called beaver nuggets. Buc-ee's. They're pretty yummy. They're pretty like terrible for you. It says it's got egg in it and milk, but yet it has. I'm doing well, Gracie. How are you? It says it has egg and milk in it, yet there's no protein. So how can it have egg and milk and no protein? It's got beta carotene, which is vitamin A, yet it doesn't label it. Nutrition labels are always wrong. What on earth? Oh, you know what? I'm doing well. I think this table, I hit my elbow at the gym yesterday and it's swollen up. You see how swollen my. Hey, you're a nurse, right? Give me some nurse advice. Nurse, are you actually a nurse? Yeah. Are you actually a real nurse? I have a question for you. If you are, I have an injury I need you to give me some help with. Okay? Like for real. So, yeah, these little Bucky nuggets, it's got a lot of sugar in it. So, try not to be rude. So, my elbow, welcome to the chat, guys. I got one of my friends here, Gracie, my moderator. I smashed my elbow yesterday right here. You see how it's swollen compared to the other one? Like from the side view, all of this is swelling. So I was turning around, and I'm a pretty wide guy. I'm like, if you see me in person, I'm like 58 inches wide. I'm really wide, and I'm like 6'4", 230 pounds. So, you know, when I turned, I smashed. You see right here? I smashed this elbow, and all of it's been swelling. Yeah, I've got an ice pack right here from Dr. Todd. He's a chiropractor. So what I've been doing is taking an anti-inflammatory, right? So I've been taking an anti-inflammatory about 500 to 700 milligrams for the last 2 days, and I just got done training. So even though it's swelling up, I still did some pressing and I did some squatting. I trained for about 3 hours. I try to train 2 to 3 hours every other day, right? But last night, I could barely sleep because it was so painful to bend and stretch. So I placed a pillow up on my bed, put an ice pack, wrapped it around it, and tried to elevate it, right? Like ice, elevate. Then I took a magnesium and Epsom salt bath to where I stuck my elbow in some Epsom salt and I've been soaking it and I've been taking ibuprofen about 400 milligrams every 6 to 8 hours and rotating between ice and heat. And I trained today and I was still able to press about 315 to 360 pounds, but I could definitely tell that I had to go really controlled because you can see like all of this is swell like compared to the other one. It kind of looks like a lump. So yeah, I'm curious what you think I should do since you're a nurse. Ah. And post-workout meal, eggs, ground turkey, sirloin steak, and rice. And I have to eat it left-handed. So yeah, what's your opinion, Gracie? Also, thanks for the thumbs ups. Anybody that comes into the chat, please forgive me. I have a big. Oh, thanks for the thumbs ups. Yeah, anybody who types, I'll interact with you. Ah, I have a little bit of an injury right here on my elbow, so I am alternating. I need to spread this little blanket out. I'm alternating between ice and heat, and I don't know what's better. Hi, Eddie. Nice to meet you. Eddie, number one fan? I don't recognize that name, but yeah, so the pain I'm not really too concerned with. Thanks for the thumbs ups. I appreciate all you guys. And hi, Eddie Hendrick. I'm more concerned with an anti inflammatory. So I have Advil and ibuprofen. What do you recommend? Say no on the pegging, okay? No intention of pegging. Let's try to keep it as come a somewhat kind of PG in here. Sometimes I have some young viewers come in. Oh, well, it's got this thing on here that says a number one fan for some weather. So, yeah, it's just got this little icon by it, but no big deal. At the end of the day, I come in here just to talk to you guys, spread some information and some knowledge. I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a business owner, a veteran, and yeah, I'm eating me a little snack. Oh, yeah, so Gracie's one of my moderators. So, yeah, if you say anything that's going to be like inappropriate or something, you'll get a couple warnings. I'm not trying to be like controlling or anything, but I do have young viewers that come in sometimes because I help encourage and motivate young men and young women. And it's just one of those things. Like I get it, there's trolls and have fun, but if you're going to be in here, come on, just kind of like keep it somewhat appropriate. I mean, take the time, man. Like I was in the Navy for 10 years. I have degrees. I've traveled around the world. Um, I'm now back in the South. It's kind of like take time to ask someone who's done some stuff in their life. And, we had a guy on here last name. His name was Taz, and he was 28 years old, and he was asking about how to get into the Navy for what he wanted to do. And I was giving him some advice on that. So, um, beaver nuggets from Buggies, really good. I would get fat if I ate these all day. God, I can just eat these things so much. So, we have some hummingbirds coming back out too, guys. Right through here. We got the hummingbirds coming in and out. Yeah, my elbow's kind of swollen right now, guys. You see how there's this thing? Hi, Kat. Hope everything's well. Message is held for review. Oh, no. Lisa, I'm going to hide that. I appreciate the compliment. Thank you so much. All I can say is this, okay? Please try to keep everything on here as somewhat appropriate as possible. I do have some younger viewers that come in from time to time, and I will. That's fine. That's a little bit better. That's fine. Because I don't mind if you want to send me a kissy face or a heart. I love all you guys. You're all my fans, and like I want to help you guys do whatever I can in life. I want you to believe in yourself. But this isn't a channel where I'm trying to like just Advil. Okay. This is a channel where I'm trying to do my best to encourage you guys to become the best versions of yourself. Okay. I'm eating my post workout meal before I go study for my exam Monday. And all I'm doing is taking out of my day, getting some time to, no. Oh, no, no, that's fine. Look, it wasn't that bad. Oh, well, I appreciate that. I just went through a divorce earlier this year, and I've decided I'm not going to try to get married again for at least a year. I'm legally divorced until October 21st. See, in California, if you get a divorce, you have to wait 6 months and a day. And I lost two houses and a lot of money in this divorce. So it's kind of one of those things where, even back moving back to the South, I've had a few girls that I've met who want to like date and stuff, but it's like, I don't know, guys, if you've never been married and gotten through a divorce, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know if I can ever trust someone again because it was my best friend. Now, Gracie sent me a message here, just Advil. The ice should help with it being swollen. Try not to put too much pressure on it and it should be fine. If not, go to the doctor and make sure. Yeah, I was a little bit concerned with the fracture because I really hit the corner pretty tough. But it's swelling. There is some swelling. Um, oh, I appreciate that. Um, well, if you think I'm handsome, I have to thank my mother and my father. They're some pretty good looking folks. I try to work out and eat good. So, you know, yeah, I appreciate that. I'd like to think I'm an okay, attractive guy, but, I have my flaws. By the way, um, am I married? Not anymore. Legally, I'm married because in the state of California, I went through a divorce earlier this year. You have to wait 6 months and a day. You have to wait 6 months and a day after you finish your paperwork for it to officially be done. So, my wife is 2,120 miles away. She's in California. I just moved from there back out east. And we have a lawyer and send some paperwork, but we're officially done. We just have to wait for the time to go by legally. But she cheated on me with another guy. So it was kind of heartbreaking, because he was like one of my best friends. So that's like, I don't know, maybe you guys can talk about that. If you've ever been in a relationship where someone cheats on you, it's pretty tough. But when you marry and someone doesn't keep that up, it's really sad. And I don't know how long it's going to take for me to get over that. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. I appreciate your empathy. I appreciate that. Um, yeah, it's just one of those things, I guess. Pretty tired today, guys. Dude, these Buc-ee's beaver nuggets. See, this is why I can't have sweets in the house. Because I'll eat this whole entire bag. I literally will eat it all. This whole bag has 140 calories times 12 servings. This whole bag has like 1,500 calories. And I could eat 5 bags of them. Now you should be able to hear me when I put that down. Um, it took me 2T. 2T? Took me 2T? What does 2T mean? Yeah, my Instagram, again, I ask everybody to keep everything appropriate on there. I do run some of my businesses through there. It's America United 1776. You'll see I talk about health, wellness, nutrition, doing your best, mindset. I am an online fitness coach. I have clients that pay me to write them programs, help them stay on track. I specialize in food, right? Even though I'm eating some junk right now, it's okay. I'm building my body back up again. So I'm trying to like build muscle. So especially women, I really like to teach women how to lift weights because, women actually, believe it or not, women menstruate. So when they lose blood, what happens is they lose important minerals in their body. So women especially need to eat more red meat, and they need to weight train to keep their bone density up. Oh, wow. So it took you 2 years to get over your ex? Wow. Yeah, and see, y'all probably weren't even married, right? See, now imagine y'all were married, and then because you took a step even further, right? Lisa, nice to meet you. You're from Los Angeles. Well, um, I was in Los Angeles like a lot the last few years. Boy, that place is gone. I don't know. There's some places that are good, but I didn't really get a lot of. There's a lot of bad stuff in Los Angeles. But Lisa, it's nice to meet you. I don't want to break your heart. I appreciate that. I don't want to break your heart, but I promise you this: I'm not going to date or get involved with any relationship for a while, unless someone just falls out of the sky and becomes like. About the only thing I could see myself marrying is probably a good old country girl, because my ex-wife is Chinese and she's from China. She's very pretty, very smart, um, top of her class, very good in a lot of ways. But I guess it's kind of like I don't know. I'm from the South, and I feel like having a good old country girl would probably be what I would go for. I just feel comfortable with that. But I don't know. You never know. What I do know is I'm not going to look for anything, right? Because I'm not going to look for anything because I'm going to make myself so successful after this divorce that what I'm going to desire is going to come to me. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, Gracie, just keep an eye on everyone for me. That's why you're one of my moderators. Again, I know that YouTube has a lot of robot profiles. I know there's fake profiles. I'm not an idiot. I'm actually pretty educated. All of these I record, and if anyone is not being appropriate, I will report their channel, and then you'll lose your channel. Look, at the end of the day, I'm not here to try to like hook up with anyone. I'm not here to do any of that. What I'm here to do is to have a good conversation in my free time, excuse me, with people who want to better themselves. Maybe they want to learn something. And I have a lot of advice to offer a lot of men and women who want to make themselves better. So if you don't want to be part of that, then you will be canceled or your comments will be hidden. And yeah, it's just as simple as that. I mean, I'm a very simple man, guys. That being said, the hummingbirds are coming back. Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. Gracie, I'm sorry. I think I accidentally. There you go, Gracie. Oh, snap. I did the wrong thing. Take that away. I got big fingers. So, all right. So, Gracie, you are now my managing moderator. So, I think that puts you at the high. Oh, because I have big fingers and I poked it. So, Lisa, you're very welcome. Like I said, Gracie has been a fan here for the last week or so, but you know, she has interacted with some of my younger viewers. We have a few young viewers that come in from time to time. I guess I didn't when I first made this channel 11 years ago. I did stock trading in business, but I got into I kind of got into the mindset of I really wanted to help the younger audience because in the United States, there's a lot. By I will go. What time do you open up the broadcast again? Um, well, my times are random. Um, I know I don't really have a set schedule for the broadcast. It kind of depends on my schedule. And typically, I can only do 30 minutes to an hour. That's all the time I can allot for. But Lisa, I hope that you have a great day. And again, if you actually want to ask a question about business or entrepreneurship or maybe a good book to read, music theory, sometimes I play some piano. I really just want to have a genuine conversation with an audience and just talk about things that are on your mind. Because in the world and the United States, but as human beings, sometimes we don't have a chance to actually have someone to talk in an authentic way. So I thought maybe I could, yeah, exactly. You know, and again, so yeah, Gracie is now going to be one of I think, so there's standard moderators and then there's managing moderators. So I don't think I can make, we have a, we have another girl that comes here that's really young. I didn't realize how young she was. She came into one of my chats and she was having a bad day. And then I started telling her like, "Hey, you can do it," inspiring her. And she opened up to me, and now she kind of sees me like a big brother. So I made her like a standard moderator. Yeah, I just think you basically you have a higher. Mm, Kevin, that's a great question. So why would anybody eat in front of the camera? Well, Kevin, I understand that eating in front of a camera is rude in some cultures. I was taught that when I lived, especially in the Asian cultures. I visited China and the land of Guangzhou. But reluctant gamer, welcome back. But at the end of the day, it's kind of like this. I just got done training and I'm building muscle again. And I'm not going to go to the gym. I'm one of the strongest guys in my gym. I lift pretty heavy. I was an athlete. And I'm not going to train and then not eat. Um, Anybody who's ever said it's rude to eat is typically a skinny little pencil neck and usually doesn't understand weight training. So, that being said, I appreciate your comment, but it's like this. I'm going to eat because this is my spare time. I run a business, I have a beautiful house, right? It's kind of one of those things where it's like, and bye, Liz, have a good one. What am I training for? Well, I'm training to be strong again. I'm about 230 pounds at 6'4", right? And back in the day, I was a strength athlete. I was deadlifting about 780 pounds before I had an injury. So I'm training to be deadlift strong again. So I do train, but when you train, the eating is the most important part. I am a coach. Yeah, I'm 6'4", 230, about 12% body fat. So and I have really big legs and back. My back and legs are, I'm about 58 inches wide. My legs are pretty large. Yeah, no, no. Hey, Kevin, it's no big deal. Like, I get it. But that's just kind of where I'm coming from. Um, yeah, but is it considered rude? Look, I'm not someone who really cares. Um, yeah, Gracie's my moderator. I'm just going to give you guys a warning. If you say something that's inappropriate, sometimes I have young kids coming to the channel. I will boot you out, or Gracie will boot you out, one of the two. It's very simple. She's my right hand girl. She even gave me some advice on this elbow injury I sustained. So, yeah, unless Gracie does something that breaks my trust, if she tells you to behave, do that. If she gives you if she gives you warnings and you don't, then I'll just I'll just report the comments and all that stuff. I don't want a channel full of creeps, guys. Like, I don't want a channel full of creeps. Yeah. Oh, there's Cameron Porter coming back. Mm-hmm. Hello, Cameron. Welcome back. Yep. See, Cameron comes in here. Gracie comes in here. Cameron's one of my original moderators, always spreading good vibes. Yep. Now all we're missing is our our young. It starts with a D, Delaney. uh, when I made her a moderator, I didn't realize she was so young, but she kind of looks at me like a big brother now. And I went to her channel, and in her channel, you know, she talked about herself being overweight and she got picked on and stuff. So I really wanted her to have like a uh, Fazil Hussein. You get liked before I even say hello. I appreciate that. Hmm. Hey, Fazil. Hope you're doing good. Beaver Nuggets. Beaver Nuggets. I did not buy these, they were a gift. Look, I'm telling you right now, people always send me junk food as gifts, and I love it, but I cannot have this stuff in the house, guys. Listen, I will get fat if I continue to eat this stuff. Yeah, dude, I said I was only going to eat a couple. I'm going to eat the whole bag. I'm eating that instead of this. I'm supposed to be eating this post workout, which is a turkey patty, 2 eggs, half a cup of rice, and then some ribeye steak. This is going to grow muscle. This is going to grow a big gut. You know, I'm trying to like look my best. You know what I mean? I'm trying to stay strong. But I love sugar, and I just got done training. So yeah, that back injury has really set me back because I'm still pretty strong, but you have something called an SI joint in your back. You have a spine and you have a pelvis, a groin, the parafemoral psoas that wraps around, and my back right SI joint locks up and it causes sciatica pain. So I've been having to get like super lightweight, like the bar, and just move up and down. Got to pet a bunch of kittens to burn off those calories. uh, well, I do have my buddy and my possum outside, and yeah, they are always. Every time I go outside, they just jump up in my lap. Mm-hmm. Yep. You guys will see me grow muscle on this channel. If you look at my intro video where it says I'm Cucarache the cockroach, I was kind of skinnier because I had surgery, so I wasn't training. But it's like, hey guys, this is your favorite coach and entrepreneur, Coach Chris, aka El Cucarache the cockroach. One of my nicknames back when I was in the Navy was El Cucaracha the cockroach, and they said that was my nickname because they said I was like really strong and just like impossible to kill. so, uh, but I was thinking, I don't know if I should call myself a cucaracha because a lot of people don't like cockroaches, but it's also one of those words that's kind of like a bad train wreck. You still want to look at it even though it's bad, so it's kind of a marketing idea. Do you like body massages? Heck yeah, dude. I love massages. Sports massage? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Fazil, you know, just keep everything you can as appropriate as possible. Sometimes we have some young viewers come in. But on a side note, thanks for the thumbs ups too, guys. On a side note, sports massage is absolutely wonderful, right? If you train and you actually are pushing your body to where you're not just going to the gym to go run, you're not just la da 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 da. I'm 3 today. Yeah, I don't know why you're 3. Somebody else was number 1 earlier, and they've never even been to my channel. I don't know how they rank that camera. But sports massage is really important. Now, for some reason, when everybody talks about massage, everybody thinks of like, you know, um, big toddler energy today. Yep. I am a big toddler. I'm like a giant kid. Everybody thinks I'm younger than I am too, but I want to be a kid forever, like Peter Pan, I guess. But here's the thing: if you train hard and you're actually doing like squats, deadlifts, I do a lot of posterior chain, which is like your glutes, your hamstrings. I do a lot of power movements to do like football training, right? Because a lot of my clients, okay, because a lot of my clients, they just want to get leaner. But then I have athletes who actually want to compete, like wrestlers, track athletes, pole vaulters. Those guys are a special kind of breed, especially the fighters and the wrestlers. So I do a lot of athletic movements to teach my clients that, like for example, I'm a pretty large guy, right? And I can go up on a pull up bar, go 360, flip around all the way, pull myself back, and I can like upside down pull ups and stuff. And doing that with big legs and long arms is not really easy. So I kind of train like a professional athlete, right? I'm on the East Coast, Fazil. I'm on the southeast coast of the United States, around the Georgia area. So, I like to teach men and women both when they're weight training to get stronger on squats, get stronger on deadlifts, overhead presses, dips, pull ups. Like today, I was doing pull ups with a 45-pound weight strapped to me to really pull, right? Yeah, which is crazy because Gracie is always in these chats. So I don't know how it is. Maybe people subscribed to my channel years ago and they came back. I don't know. At the end of the day, uh, it is what it is. That's cool. You guys know if you see the blue, you're a moderator. So, at least if you're in the blue, you you mean something special to me because I actually have to go in to make you moderators. Mm-hmm. Now, mm-hmm. Ow. See, I swear I'm always smashing my body on things. I got my deer antler. Got my deer antler, guys. Mm. This bag was completely full at the beginning of the stream. Ugh. My sister used to work in a hospital. Man, I went in there to get a snack one time, and I was like, how do y'all guys work with this type of food? Because, like, to me, if even when I was in the Navy, I always had like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and whole milk and beef jerky in my pockets. And anywhere I went, I was always eating. What people fail to realize is if you want to get leaner and like have a good physique, right? What you want to do, yeah, and then you don't get breaks. But remember, there is state law to where you have to legally have a break at certain time intervals. Oh man, somebody took their thumbs up away. You bastard. Just kidding. I shouldn't have said that. Just playing. I need to stop cussing. I do my best. Um, do I have a WhatsApp? I used to. I haven't signed up for it since then. I had a WhatsApp back when I was in California. Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, Cameron, if your hospital actually has a good cafe, that's good. Because a lot of times nurses and doctors, they take care of everybody else, but then they don't take care of themselves. Nothing worse than not taking care of yourself. Yeah. Right. Well, a lot of times people come in, they leave, come in, they leave. I don't know. It's a possibility I go live on these streams and it never takes off. But last stream, I had a guy named Tass who wanted to join the Navy. And where he was considering, he was 29 years old and he worked at a scrapyard. And he told me he was considering like staying in the scrapyard or going into a another spot. Like I said, he worked in a scrapyard. He asked me at 28 years old, that's how old he was, if he should join the military and kind of how to do it, and I helped him out. Yeah, coffee talk. Yeah, here's a question for you guys. Should I make my next video called a coffee talk? Because I'm not really. What do you think, Cameron? If you're near a search while I'm eating, maybe. Well, you always have me here. And if I'm not in the stream, I will always like, listen, and comment. Well, I appreciate that, Gracie. Yeah. Well, that's why you're one of my moderators. I told you if I come to Alabama, because I do hurt myself a few times. I'm always injuring myself like this elbow. You know, that sucker, the swelling's going down a little bit, but all that is, you see all that? That is all swelling. I busted it right there. Hopefully, I don't think anything's broken because in the gym, I was still pressing and squatting. You know, I was pressing about 385 on the press, and then I did front squats at 290 with front squats, and I did pull-ups with 45-pound weights, and I'm 230 now, so that's about 285. And my elbow, yeah, so yeah, Cameron, I'm actually going to probably do that next time. I'm going to do coffee talk because a coffee talk is like you could talk about a lot of stuff. Maybe I'll do like coffee talk, and then on my hashtags, because in the description I'll put like hashtag coffee talk, hashtag inspire, hashtag mindset, hashtag that stuff. Well, I always said that I thought it'd be really cool to get enough viewers online and then do like a live stream with one of my viewers, because even though I'm not the most popular YouTuber, I have gone out, coffee stalks. I promise you this, Cameron, if the coffee talk makes me go live and for whatever reason I go viral, I will always give credit to Cameron Porter because Cameron Porter said we should call it coffee talk. 100%. I have no reason. Or I'll say, no, it was my idea. I don't even know Cameron Porter. I've never heard that name before. Nah, that ain't me. See, I believe that life is not a zero-sum game. Does anyone know what a zero-sum game is? Do y'all guys know? I don't know if Gracie, if you're in the hospital, I don't know if you're in between patients or what, but do you guys know what a zero-sum game is? This is actually a pretty important topic, especially for like philosophy in life. Do you know what a zero-sum game is? And what the difference between a zero-sum game and not a zero-sum game is? It is, for sure. That's funny. Sweet. So here it is. So a zero-sum game, right? There's some people who live life as if there's not enough resources for everyone to share. You could think of it like Cameron, you could think of it like karma balancing, but karma balancing is a good idea in its own sense. However, it doesn't accurately describe what a zero-sum game would mean as far as game theory or business or economics. There would be something Well, again, living only in the moment is like seize the day. Carpe diem. Carpe diem, seize the day. Um, Not a bad philosophy. However, still, it's a little bit different, the zero sum game. Okay? So, a zero sum game is this. In a zero sum game, there is only a limited amount of resources, right? Let's say we're all living on the planet and there's not enough resources to go around, which is not the case. There's enough food and enough water for everyone on the planet, if you look at the statistics, to be fed. Now, there's some bureaucracies and some policies in place where some people don't have access to that. But some people live life on a zero sum game basis, as if they're going to go around and stab everybody in the back because they feel like that's what's needed to be done in order to rise to the top, right? I don't believe that life is a zero sum game. I believe that life is kind of the opposite of that, the antithesis, right? There's there's no reason for me to stab someone in the back who is helping me. I would rather both of us be rewarded together because there's enough opportunity for both of us to share together. A zero sum game means there can only be one winner. There's not just one winner in life. You can be a winner by doing what you want to do. I can be a winner by doing what I want to do. It's not a zero sum game. So if something were to happen in my life and someone gave me an idea, instead of trying to take the credit and keep everything to myself, I don't live by a zero sum game policy. I don't do that. Now, that does mean that someone could take advantage of me, but in my circle, people that take advantage of me typically don't keep relationships with me, you know. And I can still be friends with someone who's broken my trust, but I'll never look at them the same. I can't, you know. Yeah. So I learned that studying Friedrich Nietzsche in philosophy. I'm going to eat every one of these beaver nuggets. They're too good. But so post workout, I'm going to have 350 grams of carbs. Good thing I trained heavy. Nothing depletes your glycogen faster. Yeah, Cameron. Yeah. So, yeah, zero sum game's an interesting concept. You know, I don't I don't know why people think that it's if you want ultimate power, then you could sacrifice your friends, you could give up a friend and put them as a scapegoat, and you could probably do that and get ahead. Uh, you're gonna make me. You're enabling me to become a fat boy. Uh huh. Well, so on a side note, the reason I can't eat a bunch of this sugar and not get fat is because of the frequency in which I eat. If any of you guys ever want to get leaner, trust me on this. I mean, for whatever reason, if you actually want to, yeah, we should. Well, that's why the power is in the people, Cameron. There's people are so powerful when they unify. I see a lot of young men and I see a lot of young women based on what they watch on TV, based on what they're doing at school, based upon what their actions are, what they're involved in. I've got a little bit of abs, but I don't care about super shredded abs when I'm building, because I can get abs pretty easily. I just alter the nutrition, slice up the cardio, go in a calorie deficit, but I go on bulks and cuts. Not crazy bulks. Oh, there's a deer outside. You guys see my deer outside? Can you see it? You see him right there? You see the deer outside, guys? You see him? There is a deer right there. Like I said, we got deers that come in all the time. Yep. Look at that deer. Mm-hmm. There she is. I threw some food out there yesterday. I wonder if she's eating some of that. Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm smacking. Maybe I should try to chew a little softer. All right. Meal is done. Put this back into the fridge. We'll eat this later. One more practice exam. By the way, guys, wish me luck Monday. Monday is the day I take my exam. Been studying for it for like a month. All right. Got my deer. See the deer out there, guys? Right here. You tell my shoulder separation's coming in. So, in the state of Georgia, the separation in the shoulder, so all of that is coming from lifting heavier in certain movements. So, when I build my physique, instead of being like super lean, I try to build like a powerful, like a Viking god, like Thor, like a thick, powerful. I like to have a thick neck, thick traps, thick glutes. I'm not more of a physique model. But the separation in the shoulder and all of this, that is by design. That is based on my program. So it's nice to see when your work plays out. Now, that being said, it's a lot of work. Oh, yeah, there she is. I wonder if you like beaver nuggets. Oh, thanks, Gracie. I appreciate that. I'm going to see if the deer eat a beaver nugget. Oh, we got one of them stray cats coming in here. See the orange cat? Hey, kitty, kitty. You okay? I ain't going to hurt you. You know, I didn't see me a couple times. Mm-hmm. We got Buddy in there. Let's see. Hey, dear. What you doing? You want a beaver nugget? Come here. Nah, a little scared. I was seeing if he wanted to be. I was see if he wanted a beaver nugget. They sure are good. No, that's so cool. Your dog had puppies. What kind of dog is it, Gracie? They open their eyes. No. Yeah, so that is so cool. What kind of dog is it, Gracie? You want a beaver nugget possum? No. And all you eat is meat. Gracie, what kind of dog? Oh, yeah. Jimmy White. Yep. There are killer squirrels out there. Right through here. Well, Jimmy, we just had a deer. I don't know if you saw it, but there was a deer out there. This is my squirrel feeders. I need to actually fill it up real quick. Ooh, Copper Spaniel. Good doggy. Give me 1 second. Put this down here real quick. All right. There we go. Well, daggum. I'm out of feed. Did my sister, did she take my squirrel feed? Yeah, I just realized that. Yeah, well, at least now you get to see some of my house. Like I said, I stay busy, guys. Yo. Yeah, we have a view right here. Jimmy White. I'm about to have a sugar coma after eating all them beaver nuggets. Whew. Don't forget, guys, greatest country on earth. I saw Navy boot from across the fence. Navy boot. Which Navy boot? Oh, you talking about this one? What's up, Truth? What up? Yep. That's what I did. Hello, Truth. What's up? Yep, I served in that. Yeah, then we took an oath that said, I am a United States sailor. I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America, and I will obey the orders of those appointed over me. I proudly serve my country's Navy team with honor, courage, and commitment. I am committed to excellence and the fair treatment of all. Anyone who says they served in the Navy, if they don't know their creed, they didn't serve. Woo woo! Yeah. Good day to you, Truth. Hey, Truth, if you popped in, just do me a favor. Pop a like and a comment if you can. Especially, I just recited my creed. Oh, here's my neighbor's dog, Chomper. I got to scratch his head. Hey, Chomper. Chomper, you want to be on a YouTube live stream? What you doing, Chomper? What you doing? Chomper gets a little rough, but he's all right. What you doing, Chomper? What you doing, buddy? Oh, I'm sorry. I just poked you in the eye. What are you doing, buddy? What's up, Chomper? I ain't got no turkey for you today. This sucker loves meat. Come here. Come here, bud. Come here, buddy. Who's a good boy? Who's a good buddy? He likes meat as much as I do. Good day. Nah, they're not there anymore. You know that, right? Yeah. All right. Thanks for the thumbs ups, guys. Good day. Truth, truth, truth. What, Chomper? That's my neighbor's dog. He's a pretty cool little dog. Here's a little shed we have here. Got some lawnmowers. I need to take this chain off and put it on this one. Coffee talks. Cameron's done said it. This chain is dull. This is a good saw, but this one is a bad saw. So I need to take the chain off of that one and put it on there. This is my favorite axe. This one. Fun story. I love chopping wood. When I used to train for baseball, this is my favorite axe. This is a good axe. My neighbor's tree fell, and I bet my friend, their big old tree over there, I cut that sucker in half with this axe. Scared of saw? Nah, we on the same team, brother. But this is a good axe. See how sharp it is? I sharpen it. Yep. Very good. I love chopping wood. That's probably, if I had to pick any job in the world outside, I would just want to chop wood all day. I love chopping wood because I have a really strong back and I'm really good at swinging things. His extension cord isn't that long. Extension cord? What you mean? Is there a joke I missed? I think I missed the joke. Lumbro. Oh yeah. I think I would make a good lumberjack. Grow a big beard, have a really, really cute wife with like braids and a ponytail, chop wood all day. I can see that. All right. Electric versus gas. Yeah, gas wins all day versus electric. Because even to have electric, you still have to have gas to allow the electric capabilities. Now, I'm all about some electric power tools here and there and stuff, but when it comes to pure power, ain't nothing going to beat gasoline. I lived in California, and for a while, I used to think, man, we should go all electric. But then when I looked into the research, what I noticed was we don't have the infrastructure. What's that behind me? Truth. Which part? Oh, yeah, definitely more torque. But also in general, we don't have the capability. We don't have enough lines going to the main energy source or the infrastructure to allow all electricity, which is a sensitive subject. I think nuclear energy seems to be the most feasible energy source for the future. We have to figure out what we're going to do because oil and gas is going to run out eventually. And then what do we do? That's what makes the United States the strongest country in the world, is the oil and gas. I mean, it's not just that simple, but it's the oil and the Rockefeller, and even though it's a monopoly and a bureaucracy and it's not the best for everyone, that's one of the reasons we're in the main power. Liked and subscribed, brother. Respect from, oh, you're from South London, England. Well, okay, Samuel. Nice to meet you. Oh, right. You know, I get a lot of people from the UK and from Naples, Italy, and that's cool. Truth. You asked me a question. Drill, baby, drill. Yes. You know, I used to not believe in drill, baby, drill, but to me, guys, it's pretty obvious. Like, and from South London, I appreciate all my European followers because it's the United States is kind of like a branch off of the Eastern European. Well, I don't know. Samuel? Oh, Jimmy, you an oil field vet? Well, let me ask you this, Jimmy. Do you agree with what Samuel said? Oil and gas can never run out, by the way. Never is a strong word. I don't have the. Oh, no. I mean, I'm actually curious if what you say is true or false because I do research and it seems like a lot of people think that the supply will run out. But it seems to have a conspiracy theory that there's enough that it won't. So we have an oil-filled veteran here. Well, I think that's good. I think having cars that self-charge with solar panels is great. I think use both. You know, if you're in an area where there's a lot of sun, like this, oh, I love the sun. Give me more. I read an article, not in our lifetime, but not in the sense that it's asking A-Rad. They do have a lot of oil money. Yeah, see, what Jimmy says makes sense. Look, there's only a certain amount of finite resources in general. I do feel like oil is going to run out eventually. Now, when that is, I don't know. So are electric cars safe? Well, before I moved out East Coast here, I'm from here. I lived in San Diego for 7 years. And during that time, I had friends that had electric cars, self-driving cars. Are they safe? I think they're safe. I just don't think it's sustainable to build an entire ecosystem based on electric power. Our grid can't support it. Now, we can try to make the grid stronger, but all my research points towards nuclear energy, harnessing the power of plutonium, right? Having nuclear power to where we can put them underground and make basically a nuclear energy factory that if it were to overrun, you can shut it off and have it so far deep into the ground that it mitigates the risk of exposure. Now, the Navy has ships and they're nuclear powered. I just think there's so much money in gas and oil that the companies don't want to convert and lose their profits. There's a lot of money in gas and oil, guys. So with all the money in gas, why don't you check them out? With all the money in gas and oil, you would have to ask yourself, would you want to give up that money to switch over to nuclear energy? It's not an easy question. But I will tell you this, what Samuel said was really funny. We've had Tesla type electric transport since my grandfather was very young. Yeah, lots of money. Oh, we do have one more piece of mail. Victoria's Secret. The new Flex Factor bra. Just so you know, the new Flex Factor bra is out. I guess I need a bra. I've been training my chest lately, so it's better than braless, apparently. Yeah, simple supply and demand. Big corporations, savants have them. Well, yeah, I agree with that. Ooh. Well, to tell you the truth, when I train, I'm weight training again and putting on size again. Chest is one of those body parts that takes me a lot of work to grow. My back and my legs grow so fast. But I figured out last year or beginning of this year after my surgery how to grow my chest. And I think it is starting to work. But I have big legs and wide shoulders. My legs and back are my strongest body parts because I was an athlete. And I was more concerned of how much I can pick up and throw. I was a really good deadlifter, good pitcher. I was a pitcher, so I'm more torque and twist versus just pure pressing. Whew. I'll tell you what, though, them steps are no joke. Gives +10 piano player rating. Yep. Yeah. Studies show. Well, by the way, I will tell you this, guys. If you ever want to build your chest for whatever reason, I'm going to grab my charger and some more beaver nuggets. One of the best exercises you'll do is the incline barbell press. Incline barbell press, but you have to learn to do it properly. Like doing the press properly is very key. You have to learn how to retract your shoulders. You have to learn to put your chest up, bring the bar all the way down, and learn how to push through your chest. I was in the gym earlier with a guy, and he was putting 2 plates on the barbell on the flat, and he was going at it, and he was probably 100 pounds lighter than me, and he was just slinging the weight, and then I go over there with only 1 plate, which is 50% less weight, but the way I do it, yeah, that's kind of one of the things I talk about in my channel, Samuel. So I can't really demonstrate here, but what you really want to do is when you get on the incline, right, you want to get at a certain angle, and you see how my shoulders do this? The guy earlier was bench pressing like this. He was doing this on the flat, and he had his shoulders here. You have to put your chest up, and you have to torque your body back, and you have to almost pinch your shoulder blades together. And from there, you have to arch your back, put your chest up, and the weight, you almost try to pull it down with your elbows twisting like you're trying to bend the bar. And when you get all the way to the top of your chest, you get that full stretch, and then you press. It's not as easy as you think. Yeah, so for me, shoulders, legs, back, calves grow really easy. Pressing, I'm so strong in my shoulders and back, I have a hard time actually squeezing my chest. Like, if I had the light on, this upper portion that I can pop now, I didn't used to have this, right? I had this a couple months ago. So, and also, you also need to take an exercise where you squeeze, like dumbbells. Like a lot of people press like this. You have to like arch your body. You see how I have a line right here where this upper meaty part on your collarbone, that's called your clavicular head. Your clavicular head is your upper pectoral major. That line right there, I don't have great lighting here, but the pectoral major puts into the front delt. You have to learn how to stretch that portion, and it's like twisting your arms all the way to here and getting that to pop. You need to have a heavy compound movement that you do for about 5 to 6 reps to get stronger. Once you hit those 6 reps and you get stronger, don't burn yourself out. Get stronger at that lift. That will put meat on your upper chest. Nice. And then on top of that movement, then you do a couple pump movements and some stretch movements. But don't be one of those people that go in there and just do nothing but isolation exercises. For every lift that you do, for every body part, your chest, back, shoulders, legs, arms, your glutes, your hamstrings, find them at your calves, find a movement that you can get stronger on under control for 6 to 8 reps, and every week get stronger. What I mean is, like, you want to pick a movement, like you see how I have you see right there, lighting right there, this upper portion here? I didn't used to have this, right? There's my nipple. Okay. Just kidding. But that portion right there, you have to get to where you can actually contract it with no weight. Pressing for building muscle is different than pressing just to press weight. I don't know. Sometimes when I get going, I'll do like a rock me like a hurricane. Cameron gets entertained by that. But yeah, but you see how right here you can't really see anything, but when I step into the light, I have more shadow. That's the power of lighting, guys. A little bit of lighting does crazy for your physique. Me, He-Man. Nah. I wish I could look like He-Man. I'm getting there, but well, guys, I'm only 230 pounds. I used to be about 290 before my surgery. Now, you see right here, I have this lat insertion there. That, right, all of that, that is a lat insertion. So the lat insertion is another muscle that gives you a really good look when you're in a shirt. It kind of gives you that V taper. You see how there's no lats and then it kind of pops right there? Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I'm telling you, people think I'm arrogant when I say this or conceited. If you want to grow muscle, I'm going to tell you the hack right now. Eat every 3 hours a piece of protein, right? Throughout the day, it doesn't have to be a lot of food, but not at once, but spread out your food so you're constantly snacking all day. That's going to ramp up your metabolism. You're going to start sweating, you're going to melt fat. Think about squeezing your calf or squeezing your bicep. You feel like you can contract that muscle. Your goal with a weight is to get to where you can contract the muscle with heavier resistance. Not just push the weight any way possible. That's training for power. So sometimes you do want to train power and momentum. Like sometimes if you're pressing, you'll be like, bah, bah, or you're rowing, bam, bam. That's good for power. But if you're not, you don't always want to train for power because that can hurt you, right? But if you pull, like you're rowing, you get your body and you put it like on a bench where you put your chest on it and you fully stretch, and then you pull those muscles and you feel all those muscles kind of twitching and flexing and contracting. That's what's going to grow muscle. Sounds crazy. Nobody believes me when I say it, but you don't have to lift heavy to grow muscle. You do have to lift heavier over time, right? But you don't just lift heavier weights just for lifting heavier weights. You'll get some muscle doing that, but you won't get, where's my charger at? You won't get near as much muscle as if you actually do what you're supposed to do. Me, for example, I do both. Some sessions I go into the gym and I just lift as fast and use my whole body. Other times I lift slow and controlled. It just depends on what exercises I'm doing, and what my goal is and how much I'm eating. Everything in my training is depending on how much food I've eaten, because food is everything. Food is everything. Food is the key. All right. Now, as usual, oh, we got a new little kitty cat up there. We have this orange cat. This is not my cat. The orange cat right here. There we go. That cat's been chilling. Here we go. Now we will get a little bit of piano, and then I have to go take my 100-question exam. So, but not before I eat some more beaver nuggets. Okay, there we go. Okay. I'm trying to make up a new version of this off the top of my head. Okay. Boo! Hey guys, and we're back. Kind of zoned off there for a second. This piano broadcast is brought to you by Beaver Nuggets, the only nuggets certified from beavers at Buc-ee's. Well, oh, Blox Fruit noob. Yeah, of course I remember you, Blox. Why would I forget you? I haven't seen you in a bit. How you been? Eating chocolate milk spread. Nice. Good to see you, Blox Fruit. You said eating chocolate milk spread? Interesting. Well, I'll tell you what, if you do push-ups and pull-ups and take that chocolate milk spread and you eat that every couple hours, you will build a little bit of muscle. Probably want to up the protein a little bit, but constantly snacking and constantly moving, that is the key. Excelente. Hola, ¿cómo estás, señor Noob Ferrite Blocks? ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien, ¿y tú? Muy bien. ¿Cómo estás? Hope you guys are having a good day. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Welcome back, Blue. Hmm. It's random times, Fruits. It's different times, brother. I try to keep it consistent, but I have work. I'm lifting weights again to put on size. I'm starting a new business, moving out here. So I try to get on. What you can do, noob, you can cut on the notifications bell, and when I do go live, hit the bell because that'll notify when I go live. You see my swollen elbow, guys? You see how swollen this sucker is compared to my other one? It's like 2 times the size. I smashed it on accident right here. So it's a little bit affecting my piano play, but I still feel like it's doing okay. I smashed it right there by accident, but all of that is swollen. So Yeah. It'll be all right. Here's some jazz now. And then we go. Yeah. I have to lever to my friend's house. All right. It said lever? Thanks, Brute. Yeah, guys. Excuse me. What does lever mean? Hungry. Fruit, it's good to see you. I went into your channel and I did like some of your videos, like I told you I would. Told you it would take me a little bit, but I did get to it. All right, guys, good to see you too. In the piano zone. Yeah, it's been a long time. I don't expect you guys to stay here all day. I've got to study, but yeah, I appreciate you guys coming in. See, now you got number one fan in there. Thanks, Cameron, as always. I eat this whole bag. Truth. All right, Truth. I will play this for you. What on earth? Why is my coffee pot on? Oh, snap. My coffee pot's on. Oh, I lost my train of thought. Ugh. All right, Truth, I was going to play something real quick. Oh, I haven't played this one yet today. Let's see. Appreciate you, Smooth. Oh, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, Truth. Check this out. So this is Twinkle Twinkle, the basic version. But check out, you can take that and play it like this. Right? That's kind of cool, right? Now you can take Twinkle Twinkle and take that same thing and try to make it kind of jazzy. I appreciate that. Well, most of the music that I play is to keep me calm. You know what I mean? kind of like, sometimes, you know what I mean? So the music kind of is my way of trying to be balanced in life. I think every man, woman, perhaps, I think everybody needs an outlet, like a creative outlet to balance everything. I like taking little licks. Oh, did you see the deer earlier? You want to see the deer outside? Look at it. Look at it. You see my deer? Yeah. You see the deer? Yeah. Mm-hmm. We got deer. That's not my cat. That's a stray cat. Just comes up. That buddy just coming up here to get him some food. That's all right. We got enough food for everybody. It's kind of how we do it down here in the South. Do I feed the deer? I don't directly feed the deer, but there's lots of deer out here. But I do throw some scraps out there, like compost, apple peelings, pineapple peelings, and I think sometimes they come up and eat that. Oh, whew. So what you up to, Truth? Well, I appreciate it. This is one. This is a. You ever heard Jelly Roll? He's like, he goes, I'm not okay. I'm barely getting by. Oh, it says this. Na 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 no te. I'm barely getting by. Losing track of days. Losing sleep at night. It goes, da da da. I'm not okay. So if I say I'm fine, just know I know. Let's see. Mm, bah, bah. Why is there lag every 16 seconds? So far away from my router. Oh, hello, coffee. Yeah, I apologize for the lag. Yeah, I'm in the middle of the woods, as in there's literally deer that come out here, and I have a router that's in the center of the room, and I'm right at the limit. I wonder if I pull this back, if I can get a little closer to my router. Um, call of Call of the Goat 23. Are you talking about Michael Jordan being the GOAT for Michael Jordan being the GOAT for basketball? You can argue LeBron James is a better all-around player, but I still consider Jordan the GOAT. Everyone's good at different things, but Jordan being 6-0 in the finals, what he did for basketball, you got to kind of keep him in that category. Um, yeah, I hate that the lag comes in and out. I was playing this one early. Uh-oh! Is there still lag, guys? By the way, sorry that the lag does come and go. Let's see if I can fix it. Will you guys let me know if that makes the lag better or worse? Call of the Goat. Glad you're back. Oh, see my elbow, guys? It's swollen. Oh, ow, 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 ow. I need to put some more medicine on it. Ugh. Huh? I need to put some more medicine on my elbow. Go over here. Pop that there. Yo, I'm just going to put some more medicine on my elbow real quick, guys. I accidentally... Why did it swell, though? The reason my elbow is swollen, you see how all of this is swollen, all of that, compared to this one? All of this. I was at the gym, and I turned around, and I hit my elbow on a piece of equipment. So I did that a couple days ago, but no worries. I've got some ointment on it. The elbow still works pretty good. By the way, is the lag a little bit better now, Truth? I put some of this on it. All that is swollen right there. Whew. Cool. I switched it over to my other router. It's only 2.5 hertz, but the signal is a little bit better. Just the signal out here. The signal. Yeah. I hate that the signal goes in and out. Whew. If you enjoy some of the piano playing, though, give me a like and thumbs up. Yeah. The router is in the room over here, and the piano is right there. But in the router room, that's where the gym is. Well, the stretch therapy session. Oh, that feels so good. Whew. All right. Then we're supposed to take 2 more Advil. 2 more of those. All right. All right. And then we're supposed to put some more ice on it. Then we're supposed to put some more ice on it for a second. Which is here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that feels good. All right, guys. Just put a little bit of ice on it just so I can feel it. All right, I'm only going to be on for a little bit longer, but I am going to play some piano. Yeah, it does. I don't know how old you are, Truth, but in addition, I heard it like yesterday or a couple days ago, but yesterday it started swelling up. So I still went to the gym today and I was training and I was still strong with it. I just kind of had to really be careful. Yum, 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 yum. All right. All right. Got me a snack right here. So if you guys don't know, oh, so you're 24 years old? Cool. That's what's up. So my channel, just so you know, I try to teach everybody, kind of let everybody know what my channel is kind of about. I talk about mindset. I talk about how to become the best version of yourself. I am an online coach, and I do workout plans for people and do their nutrition plans. I'm an entrepreneur. But at the end of the day, when you come into my chat, I just want you to treat this like a coffee talk. You can ask me anything. You want to learn how to lift weights? That's cool. I can give you some advice. If you want to learn how to eat, that's one thing. One of the things I like to share with people is when you're training, this is my post workout meal. All right. I like to teach people you should be snacking all day. All day, you should be snacking. Every couple hours, you should be snacking, especially if you're physically active. That's what keeps your metabolism going. Snacking and eating throughout the day is the absolute key to actually building muscle and staying lean. You want to get your protein at a certain level, but it doesn't have to be necessarily as high as people say. It's more important just to keep calories in the body, right? Like I like to eat rice and chicken, rice and steak, rice and eggs, and snack on fruits and veggies in between. Excuse me. But no matter what you're doing, snacks. Snacks, snacks, snacks. Snacks, 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 snacks. All right. Now, I need to turn the dryer on. I do have to admit, I am getting a little bit tired. I'm going to tuck the dryer on here. Oh. Okay, honey. Okay, honey. So, Truth, you've got me for a few minutes before I get ready to go. Truth, any questions on your mind? I'm glad you enjoyed the music. Thank you for watching some of my piano. Glad you enjoyed it. So, yeah, Truth, now is the time if you have a question for me. Kind of think of me as Uncle CJ, Uncle Coach Chris. Well, I appreciate that. Hopefully, the piano. I used to do videos called music therapy, and the whole purpose. When is the next live session? Man, I don't know because it's like my schedule is always changing. I want to start trying to do one in the morning for like 30 minutes and then one in the evening. But what you can do, okay, you can go to my channel and subscribe and then hit the notifications bell, right? The notifications bell will send you a message when I go live. And that's probably the best way to do it. So you saw the deer earlier. Now we have a hummingbird. See these feeders? I bet if I sit here, that hummingbird will come back. So typically in the morning or evening, I'm on Eastern Standard Time. So right now it's 7:23. Yep. It's 7:23 on the East Coast. So excuse me. I got back from the gym and just basically ate, did a little session, had to take care of my elbow because that sucker is like, it looks like I got like a tumor on my elbow, but I still train. Um, and where's that hummingbird? I wanted to get the hummingbird. Huh, that wasp is getting it. Yeah, I need to take, and I still got to study. I need to go shower, and then I've got to take one more exam today, which is 100-question timed. And then Monday is my test. I'm starting a new business out here because I just moved. So I'm starting a new business on the East Coast, and I have to pass a state exam. So that'll be Monday. Wish me luck. Man, I feel like I'm getting tired now. But No, when it comes to the music and stuff, oh, there he is. Thank you. There he is. You see him? He popped there for a second. They'll be back. So, yeah, but before I go, one question. You get one question to ask me before I go. It can be about life. It can be about a job that you have. It can be, I was in the Navy for 10 years. It can be anything that you want. You ask a question and I will answer it. Okay. I lived in Japan for 3 years. I've traveled around the world. I'm an entrepreneur. Excuse me. So before I go, this is your chance to ask me a question. Since you've been in the chat for a bit and you seem to like my piano. Oh, yeah. Stretch. What are your personal hobbies? Okay, fair question. My personal hobbies are I like to study music, right? I was playing piano earlier. I like to go to the gym and lift weights. I love training. I love cooking. And yeah, cooking, lifting weights. I'm building my muscles again because I had surgery. And doing business. And the other hobby I have is getting on YouTube and going live and trying to share my experience with other people, right? I love to travel. Um, my favorite thing to do is to mentor people. I like to help other people believe in themselves more. Because when I look around the world, I see a lot of men and women who just, they're not dumb, they try really hard, but for some reason they just don't believe in themselves. And one of my hobbies is trying to encourage young men and young women to just believe in themselves more and to keep pushing. It's not easy, guys. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy to just to keep pushing and pushing, but I promise you, take it from someone who's failed a lot in their life and just kept pushing. The difference between the story of the hero and the story of the zero. The hero admits when they're wrong, accepts defeat, and then keeps pushing forward. The zero makes excuses. They're like a coward. So it's like the UFC fighter Ben Askren, who just had a double lung transplant. If you don't know about Ben Askren, he's a UFC former fighter. He was an Olympic gold medalist, or he was an Olympic wrestler. I think he won bronze, but he's the cream of the crop for American wrestling, right? And he had a double lung transplant recently. And, you know, he literally had to go inside, take out his lungs. I didn't even know you could do a double lung transplant. And he went from a big, strong dude to a 135-pound weakling in a bed. And he said it himself. He was like, you know, he hadn't been that small since high school. And he said, and I got inspiration from Ben Askren, Benaskren. He said he could make excuses, he could be mad at God, whatever, but he said he's just going to take it and keep moving forward. And I really want people to learn that lesson in life. It's never going to get easier. So ask not for a lighter load, but for broader shoulders. Become so strong that nothing can stop you. And yeah, and that's kind of what I want to leave on a good positive note for this. Now it's time for a shower. Probably gonna take a bath and soak my elbow. Well, you're very welcome, Truth. Yeah, you stay good. And again, if you have any friends around who just need a coffee talk, a quick pep talk, I'm not going to make fun of you. I'm not going to, I may pick a little bit and say some jokes here and there, but my whole goal is to encourage you guys. I want you to see me kind of like Uncle Chris, right? I want to be the uncle that helps you get through things and helps you believe in yourself. Tell your friends, share the videos, tell them to subscribe, send the notification bells. I do coach people online. I teach fitness, entrepreneurship, how to speak in public, A lot of stuff. You don't have to buy anything that I do. Just come into my chat and give me a thumbs up and stay engaged. And until we meet again, you guys rock. I love all my fans. Thanks for everyone who took the time to come in, even the ones that left. And you guys stay good. Stay good, Truth. Always believe in you. Remember, nothing in the world outside of you is going to make you happy. Happiness and peace of mind, it comes from within. God bless.